Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Pixie Love. You guys can call me Pixie. And today we're doing some r/fat logic, because a lot of the new people are here because of my fat acceptance and my fat logic context. I'm gonna make sure I try to do other subreddits at least once a week. I don't want my channel to be fully this, but hey, I like doing them. You guys like watching them. I'm gonna keep giving it to you, okay? All right. r/fat logic. My doctor just told me that I was borderline overweight and to eat more vegetables. So while we're out here looking out for each other, I told her that her hair is dry and brittle and to use a moisturizing conditioner. The difference is your doctor's job to keep you healthy and to give you advice on health. Literally, it's their job. Now, you can go on telling people that their hair is dry and brittle and that they should use a better conditioner. I love some good healthy hair. First of all, I doubt you did that. I doubt you have the freaking balls to actually do that. Like, you ain't bad. You're not bad and you didn't do it. So don't act like you did. Second of all, your doctor is just trying to keep you healthy. You don't have to listen to your doctor's advice. You can tell them to fuck off. But they're just doing their job, okay? You don't gotta be a rude bitch. Even though you weren't a rude bitch because you didn't say that, because you don't have the balls to say that. You just wanna be a Twitter freaking beast and act like you did something cool when you didn't do anything. Food addiction isn't real. Let her nourish her body. Overeating isn't a thing. It just pushes fat phobia. Well, now I have another episode that I want to do for Science with Pixie. I want to talk about the history of addictions and how food addiction is a real thing and the science behind it. Thank you for giving me episode 2 already. I got calories and I got food addiction. Mwah. Thank you. Second of all, overeating isn't a thing. Do you ever not get full? Do you ever you could just continue to eat all the time? Just putting food in your body isn't nourishing it. You can be overweight and be malnourished because you're not getting the proper nutrients and nutrients for your body. So just being overweight does not mean that you're not malnourished. You can be overweight and be malnourished. I just don't understand in the age of the internet how people can be so locked in their bubbles. How people are so resistant to listening to the information allowed out there. Strange. This documentary seems to be presenting a number of presupposed theories that it doesn't bother to prove. For instance, they repeatedly suggest that obesity, which they never really define, is an epidemic and negative. I've never seen any studies suggesting that weight has a positive or negative impact on health. There have been studies showing that when people attempt to change their weight, the stress destabilizes their system, and they have nothing to suggest that regular body fat or body mass has any effect on health. They use heavy pejorative terms suggest that this isn't much of a documentary as it is a propaganda piece. The job of a documentary is to prove something to you. It is not to educate. Documentaries are very one-sided. Documentaries are supposed to show a certain point of view and get you to believe that point of view in the hiding behind a educational piece. They do educate you, but they educate you on a certain topic and a certain point of view. They do not typically show both points. Like, documentaries are supposed to be a persuasive piece. I think I remember my teacher telling me that. Like, what studies are you reading that I have pulled up a couple times on this channel articles that can talk about how being at a heavier weight has a negative impact on health. I pulled it up plenty of times. Bunch of times. I'm not going to do it again. Go look at them. They're somewhere on this channel. I've done it a couple times, okay? Second of all, the stress of attempting to change your weight. I have a question. Is when someone goes from being skinny who's trying to be fat, because remember, you guys said, the fat activist people said, oh, to become a fat ally, you have to become fat, which I'm like, then you're not an ally, you're just a fat person. Like, an ally is someone who supports someone, but they're not a part of the group. Anyway, remember, so becoming fat is a good thing, but does it destabilize your system because you're changing your weight? Or is it only a problem when you're trying to lose weight? When you're trying to gain weight, it's not a problem. The destabilization doesn't matter. But when you're trying to lose weight, that's when it's an issue. Because I need to know. Like, I really want to know. BMI is how thin people make sure that they are the only ones who gets real medical care. BMI literally is thin people stealing the resources fat people contribute to the healthcare system and our taxes and insurance premiums. That we do pay, okay? Fat people pay taxes too, assholes. Okay, who the fuck said fat people didn't pay taxes? BMI is how thin people steal and hoard medical care for themselves only. Then people need to shut up about who is using too much health care when they are taking everything I put in while I get nothing back. Do you think that, a thin person goes to the hospital, and they find something wrong with them, just like, well, I'm going to use every medical procedure I can to get you healthy. But then a fat person goes and just like, lose weight. And don't get me wrong, that happens. But we've talked about why that happens. Because in order for a doctor to properly diagnose you, they have to eliminate other options first. And a lot of the issues that people have when they're obese, a lot of those issues can and most likely will go away when they lose weight. Now, if you lose weight and continue to have those issues, then they have to run other tests on you. But when 9 times out of 10, okay, let's say you have 2 boxes in front of you, right? 9 times out of 10, the left box is the answer. Are you going to just keep going for the right box, or 9 times out of 10 are you going to hit the left box? And it's also, I've had people in my comments say, someone said that she's slightly underweight and her doctor told her that she needs to gain weight. And in the last video, like, oh, do people tell you to gain? Yes. You act like they're the only ones who have issues. Okay, and what do you mean? There's so many medical helps that obese people get. Like, yeah, for like simple things like chest pain, like for simple things, they're like, well, maybe losing weight, but like they also try to help you. And losing weight is a proper solution. You just don't like the solution. You can't just keep going to doctors until they give you what you want. It's not how it works here, okay? Also, who the hell says fat people don't pay taxes? Ditch the before and after photos. Every time a before photo is posted with negative comments about how a person hated their old body, someone who currently lives in the body or that size or larger receives the message that their body isn't good enough, shouldn't be celebrated, and that's just cruel. Okay, with that thinking, should we just all stop posting pictures of food because someone can be starving and not have any food in their house, and that's just cruel that they have to see that we're happy and that we're eating? Or should we also just stop posting pictures of us walking around? Because there are some people who are disabled and couldn't walk, and that's just cruel and evil to post you being able to walk when there's disabled people who aren't able to walk. How dare you post a picture of you walking? That's just horrible for you to fucking do. Why would you fucking do that? Oh my God. No, because that's insane, right? I guarantee some people will think that though. Some people will call it ableist for me to post a picture of me going on a nice walk because disabled people can't do that. And that sucks and that's unfortunate, but we don't live in a bubble. Disabled people don't live in a bubble. Fat people don't live in a bubble. People who don't have meals every day don't live in a bubble. They understand that everyone's situation is different. They understand that some people have luxuries and privilege. They understand that some people have luxuries that they just don't. Like, should people on social media stop flexing all their money and wealth because the majority of us are poor? How cruel and evil of them to do that. No, like, it's people on your own personal social media should be allowed to promote whatever they want, whether you like it or not. I don't like that there's a bunch of freaking pro Donald Trump freaking accounts online. I don't care. I don't follow them. I don't interact with them. It's none of my damn business, okay? It's not. Don't like that there's freaking like white supremacy shit online. Like, I stay clear from that. That is not my cup of tea. I don't want to be near that shit. They have the right to post what they want. Leave them the hell alone. Like, If you don't like what someone is posting, remove yourself from the conversation. If you want the internet to be your own little safe space, stay within your own little safe space. But I'm sorry to tell you, the internet is not a safe place. Just like the world is full of horrible things that we don't fucking like. And sometimes we come across something that traumatizes us. And as sucky as that fucking is, that's also life. You deal with those traumas and you move on. You cannot prevent traumas from happening. You cannot prevent triggers from happening. You can do your best to try to avoid them, but they're gonna happen. And when they do, we have to work ourselves through those traumas. Sometimes with support, sometimes without support. But you can't sit there and tell someone that they can't post a before and after photo because it triggered someone else. If you get offended by a thin woman because she is thin, you aren't happy with being fat. A round of applause. Someone fucking said it. Oh my God, and they were on Tumblr. Oh my God, I bet you they got so much fucking hate for saying this on Tumblr. What's this Tumblr? Notes. This is Tumblr. Ooh, that's a hot take no one wants to hear. I've said it before. Like, if you were truly happy and secure in your body, you wouldn't be going off saying this shit. Like, you wouldn't be. But you're not happy. You're fucking miserable. And you know what? I'm sorry that you're so fucking miserable. I'm sorry you have to pretend to be happy. You have to pretend to be confident. You have to pretend to like the way you feel when you don't, because you're miserable and you're jealous. You are jealous because, like, if you weren't jealous, you wouldn't be calling them skinny bitches, and you wouldn't be, talking about their thin privilege and how they're so lucky to be able to wear their boyfriend's clothing. And just like the stuff I've read over the last year, it does not show happiness or confidence to me. It's nothing but pure jealousy and misery. And I am sorry about that. I really am. Because as a fellow big girl, that sucks. You can't coexist with the skinny people because you hate them for being skinny. And that's an unfortunate life. And that's going to be an unfortunate hellhole for you because skinny people aren't going anywhere. They're not. There's always going to be people who are going to be in healthy, normal-sized bodies or even underweight bodies. We're not going to fully get rid of that. So learn to coexist with people you don't like. And learn to fully love yourself, because when you fully love yourself, other people won't bother you. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once I disappear, I'm gonna have my little outro, which is super cute. Oh my God. If you guys see my new outro, I started doing it, I think, like last week. It's so cute. I adore it. At the end of my outro, you'll see a video, which is my most recent video. You'll also see a video that's, recommended for you to watch. You should watch those videos. Also, in the little middle will be my pretty little face. You guys should subscribe. My social media is up at the top. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.